Hello and welcome to another edition of Sierra Game Media Live on YouTube and Facebook, and welcome to the Thursday edition when Audi go inside the Republic. Well, I want to say welcome to now all and Ramadan Karim. I know say today na Ramadan day. Maybe the 30 images no, I mean the 50 is na day 8, but it's like na day 9. Yes, today is Ramadan day 9. And I believe say all the Muslims then where they out there, we don't practice the first 9 days of the Ramadan. May God bless you all, may God guide and protect you all, and may God make sure you're able to finish this Ramadan. I missed the first Juma last week Friday because we've been get for do some funeral. We make an able for broadcast for the Juma for last week. But definitely I will be there for this week, Juma Friday, we tomorrow, second one. I know say Ramadan they create a lot of different balls within the communities. I know for say all the Muslims then we supposed for be continuous Muslims then they practice only during Ramadan. Now holding the last segment they although me it's kind of small. At least I go pray every Friday, which I have done for roughly maybe about I would say for about 6 months now or more, which is good. Very, very good. Because at the end of the day, if we practice the deen and make sure say we become very religious. I know say with the age sometimes your mindset the change and the way how you see things and the way how you value things is slightly different from the way how you see them now and how you be see we be young. But while they make me producer cut me small because I too stretch. Now it's in you want for calm. No, I'll like you tight. But anyway, like I said to you earlier on, I want to say Ramadan Mubarak or Ramadan Karim. Thank you, say. Everybody gets a various different ways them. I mean, I look at the various different stuff of Islam. Today, I was very much confused because when you look at the different times then we would breakfast, every other Muslim calendar gets in your own time. Interesting. What make I say so? Now because I realize say term then they we be the cut fast we now like a 5:13, 5:15, 5:20, now 5:30, 5:35. So it just go up. So today I look at few different calendars then they tell me say well we supposed for cut fast around 5:42, 5:43. Then some calendar they tell you about 5:35. So I just thought to me brother say me man you see how we own time linking there all man gets your own segment. But again that is not a bad thing, but it also means say everybody they see the south side the term the dark in various different locations. And say if you did Manchester they place in the dark the same time how they place the dark in London, or sometimes if they Birmingham, they place in the dark the same time how you go dark in Manchester. So what in that means all then different areas then you have to then get their own Islamic calendar for Ramadan specifically. So they will be able to tell you when then they break fast. Now their own specific area. Not to say now because of we get different areas, they mean to say we all they break fast the same time. The geographical location of where we are and the weather condition of where we are is not the same. There are times when until you go to the southeast, then rain they can Abramos, you don't even know. Or rain they come na central London, why you see the Camberwell, you don't even realize if they rain they come. So those are the different geographical location of the weather where they happen at them various different places they are. So and now the kind of place we offend we self, now make dancing they happen. So if you just join me, now for share the link, follow me on YouTube, and also not forget for subscribe to me on YouTube, and don't forget for joining me back on Facebook. There are so many interesting things happening in Sierra Leone right now. So the Republic is very tense, and the stuff that will happen this weekend no more only, and last week was very much interesting, challenging, difficult. Some people then they accept, some still don't want to accept the fact, say yes, those things are happening in Sierra Leone. And when you look at the diaspora as well, various different things are happening as well in the diaspora. So the challenges that we are faced with as Sierra Leoneans, them in the diaspora and the one they really back home has been great. And we look at some of the things they will get for say, well, these are the do's and don'ts But in Freetown, when that's beaucoup people and no say na Salone, which is wrong. Sierra Leone is bigger than Freetown. It's not just Freetown, but where everything centralized in Freetown, now it make them feel to say when Freetown sneeze or when Freetown cough, the chaff they follow all the other area they within a Sierra Leone, and not supposed to be so. Freetown is not the bread basket of Sierra Leone. I know say people then with doubt what I mean by that. It means the resources where Sierra Leone generates inside Sierra Leone not to Freetown come out. Especially when it comes to we revenues then we will describe for create as a nation. We minerals them, we agricultural product the way they boast for say we they do. This current government, yes, not to Freetown they do. They are all in the provincial towns of Sierra Leone. You get the north where very good at agriculture, where they get the flat land. You get the southeast where now they most of the minerals then you get some minerals in back now they not so well. I don't know too much well. The southern side of the north when at the one island with the expectation that all the fishing industry then Tumbo, Funkia, all those areas now are Freetown. But again, we'll not say that the extended version of Bones Island we come all the way down there in the day when they will get to the marine resources industry where they able for say we get fish. Although the ocean self day where they alongside Freetown where they give you enough stuff that really come out from the ocean. So I believe say there is a lot happening in Sierra Leone, not to just Freetown. So we'll not get for just capitalize say Freetown is the place to be. Now Freetown get the salon. Now Freetown they make salon be what it be. But let's move on. Today we'll talk about few different things. Then we'll talk about the Yenga situation with this salon. No for say that has been a serious issue dating back from 19 zotes. And to date we don't see some interesting drama that we don't unfold na that particular area there. We talk about the music industry. I know it's Ramadan. It's very strange for local to talk about entertainment, but yes, we can still talk a little bit about it. I just want to touch on a few things the way they happen now within the Sierra Leone music industry and some of the new things the way they try for trend. We don't change the narrative in various different ways then because you get few organizations like an artist union, producers union, and DJ union. Well, I know a little bit about the producers union and the artists union and the kind of thing we don't unfold, we don't create some amount of difference. And we also get TikTok. When I say TikTok, people are going to begin wonder why make TV they can talk about TikTok. Well, I guess for going at some few updates on TikTok today because some TikTok stuff they will happen now. Some of the platforms then we will manage will look very interesting, very interesting because it looks like a shock to us. But again, now the kind people and way they deal with certain platforms, then they make those platforms become interesting for the viewers the way they do. I know say we haven't been on TikTok we've only been on TikTok for like a year, but we haven't been active at all. We've just been leaving things there. Once in a while we'll post right up to this week. Now something spectacular happened with TikTok page. But I'll come to that one day later on. Let's just go to what's in there happen right now in Sierra Leone, in the areas that we I feel still need for talk about mostly today. And by the way, if you are watching us from Facebook, you will realize see we Facebook page looks slightly different compared to the way how it used to be all this while. Because we are being faced with few issues them on Facebook, but that's not going to stop us from broadcasting because at the end of the day we also need for broadcast. If you watch the two pictures then you get online right now, one is bigger than the other and the other one is smaller than the other, but that is just what we do. And sometimes we want for keep the momentum going and we want for make people understand say whatever happens, we try for broadcast in the best interest of what we do. But if you go YouTube get a better platform, a better quality of what we always do, and you can tell the difference from the Facebook page and the YouTube page. But I would advise if you're on Facebook, that's fine, but you can also go on YouTube and watch what we are doing there. It's the same thing anyway. So now let us start. Give you guys, or for those that don't know, just a brief summary of the Yenga situation in Sierra Leone. So what is Yenga? Yenga is a very interesting thing that has happened in Sierra Leone, and people don't really understand the concept behind Yenga. But let I just give viewers them a brief knowledge or just a brief history of how Yenga came about to be an issue for concern. So in 2001, during the Sierra Leone Civil War, we've been getting serious issues then we people let me describe for create chaos now all over the country in Sierra Leone. Of course, we know for say the Salone War starts primarily na Kailon around Koindu, where they made the share border with Guinea very close, when the people they do all the business them. So very close to water side na the Liberia side, and then over the other side now being Koindu, where people they go for go buy business. So basically now the initial war start, because when the Liberia war begin come inside Salone, people them from Koindu they do some barter system, then they go buy goods them from the rebel, and maybe they go ravage the city of Liberia in the brand kind of Koindu for cancel, until we realize say what we were doing was good but not good for national security, because that is where the war actually started within the Sierra Leone territory. So the war began for Insai, Koindu, going to Kailon, then it begin go to various different sides, and now we can realize say we self get a rebel leader within the call for the Sanko. But before that, we be get scuffles of gunshots when they happen in that particular area there of Sierra Leone. So until now, we self can get to your own final rebel leader. Now the time we realize yes, the rebel war is now serious. So during that period, we been get all the ECOWAS community, then we been they come together for try for stop the Liberia war first, which was a challenge. And Salone was the base for ECOMOG, and when ECOMOG base na Salone, that's now been one of the biggest problem we make Charles Taylor say, if at all we not get nothing for do for support the war, we not mean for don't make Salone a base for ECOMOG, because now from Salone, ECOMOG been the group and attack their own rebel people, and we been the na the border side, or we mean the sky for infiltrate inside Monrovia. So Charles Taylor promised Sierra Leone say we will have to face the bitterness of war, just for the fact say we don't use the country as the base for ECOMOG. So during that period, they will been get Nigerians, Liberians themselves, Sierra Leoneans, and Guineans, they we form the ECOMOG at that particular time. So Babangida, when have been the president for Nigeria, being stand very firm and make sure say he actually combats this Liberian war for making us spread along the sub-region. But rather unfortunate, he wasn't able to do so. It was very much challenging, and Liberia go to the extent now for bringing for this Sanko, we can take a huge landmark victory and begin carry the war right into the hearts of Sierra Leone. So Guinea decided to protect the young border alongside that area there, because the war not been too much tense na the Falaba area, when at the northwest of Sierra Leone. So those areas were mainly densely forestation, so now like a more or less forest. So the rebel will not be able to actually settle there, because it was a tough terrain for the rebel them. So basically they avoid the area, and the closer we then come to the rough terrain of Sierra Leone was Kono. And the reason why I made them come Kono with Soxina, because we all know for say Kono was the breadbasket of Sierra Leone, where all the diamonds are. And we war at some point was classified as a diamond war, wherein people in the go na Kono, the rebel immediate actually trade in diamonds for arms. So we go on for a while. But the younger area now not being one of the other challenging terrain, but the rebel not be able for breakthrough into younger, because we been get the Guinea soldier them, we come very close and inside the Sierra Leone border for protect their own territory. So during that period in 2001, now the time the war actually break in that area there. So the Republic of Guinea sent troops into the city of Yenga to help the army, that's the Sierra Leone army, for suppress the rebel Revolutionary United Front. So after the rebels were crushed, the Guinean soldiers remain in Yenga. Now the reason why they remain in Yenga is still not known. But okay, we not say they come for can't help, and they don't come do the help they need for help, they don't support the support, and then they're able for overcome the rebels, them rebels and able for settle that particular area there. So now what happens next should have been a dialogue between the two nations so that they will be able to fix the problem, and the military of Guinea should have retreated back into their own borderline and left Yenga as it is. But like you clearly know, Yenga was full of unknown minerals then. When I said unknown minerals, I talk about minerals that we sometimes Salon Lobby don't discover yet during the war, and sometimes maybe immediately after the war. Sometimes maybe some of the Sierra Leoneans, the women, they be aware of the minerals they have, so, but not to what extent they think the reserve of the mineral here so Bindina Yenga itself. So basically it was something that came out of an open disclosure now to the Sierra Leone public, say Yenga is not just about the limitation of the war. We make the rebel and be the good now because then we don't discover say themselves get minerals we then go able for benefit from, which will be diamond, gold, well not diamond, gold, and some elements of copper and bauxite. So Yenga became now very important, not just to Sierra Leoneans, but maybe to the Guineans them as well. The Guineans are very good in bauxite. Now bauxite is one of the main mineral within the export from Guinea, where they go all over the world, especially France. So they will not take a region like this lightly because they know the benefits of bauxite to them. So I feel say when the Guinean soldiers then realize say this place is rich in some form of mineral, they decided to say, well, fine, we're going to stay here for a while and see what we'll be able to do for fix the problem we possibly did in Yenga. So going on, after like a year or two, well, Sierra Leoneans, they were not really that much interested in sovereignty, because the reason they say so, we allow the Guineans, the Liberians, sometimes even the Gambians to actually feel like they are Sierra Leoneans at some point, when we know for sure, yes, we have cross-border relationship, we get cross-border tribes that we're almost similar, but at the same time, when these people are coming over to Sierra Leone, they don't have any issue about chasing them down. They need to actually chase them for legal documentation why they're supposed to live in Sierra Leone. We had no issues at all with nobody. If you are from anywhere in West Africa or anywhere in the world, you can freely go to Sierra Leone and live without nobody asking you for any form of documentation. Even though we will go to other countries, then we neighboring countries, then they harass Sierra Leoneans for passports, for documents, laissez-passer. Guinea always get that laissez-passer thing the way they always they against we as Sierra Leoneans, they would go inside Guinea. And when we get Guineans, they will the kind inside Sierra Leone, none of the above. They need to ask them for nothing. I don't know whether now because the Guineans then with the Guinea with the cancer salon, they look more Sierra Leonean than actually Guinean, because we get very close tribes that we get Soso, we get Fula, we get some elements of Madingo, we get some elements of Kuranko, which Santiago relates to the Guinean border with all the way in that Yenga area there, because most of the Yenga area is full of deep Kurankos and Fulas. So basically we have a lot in common. And that lot in common, the thing we Sierra Leoneans take for granted, will not put no foreigner with the country of Sierra Leone under any pressure. Like for say we need for me then get the documentation for me able for live in Sierra Leone. We were just down to earth, don't have any issue. That's why the Guineans actually stayed in Yenga and feel very comfortable. And to be honest, if you've allowed somebody to live in a house that does not belong to them, and you make them feel like, for say, well, this house is theirs now, you bring in a difficult way of telling them, you can't leave now. Because if somebody can leave now, after they've lived in a place for well over 10 years, without you not question them that much, it becomes a problem. And it becomes a very serious problem where you feel say they don't settle, they don't create establishments, so they don't intermarriage stuff. They don't born picking until with the people where they meet in this village. They don't grow a family, and then all of a sudden they're supposed to leave. So you cannot just easily get them to leave just like that. You don't make them become very comfortable. And we don't get 3 governments them in way don't take office for like two terms. During the war, Yenga was not too much of a problem because, again, like we say, after the war we get the MPRC, we take over, because during moment in time people don't even know about Yenga self. During moment in time the only terrible problem we know about say they exist small way being gets very good we been get a remarkable name as long was Yile. Apparently it's supposed to be the center of Sierra Leone. So Yile was what people know, and at some point when this Yenga business started, I thought it was Yile. I don't even know say there was a place called Yenga in Sierra Leone until I began to find out about Yenga itself. That's when I realized, oh, okay, this is not in the middle of Sierra Leone, it's all the way at the corner, very close to Guinea border. And it becomes very much interesting for people and for beginning to realize say Yenga is now an issue after you begin to get serious confrontation between the military and the people that we been in Yenga, we are Sierra Leoneans them. We did not have any kind of military intervention at Yenga because it was just there. There was no Sierra Leone military presence there at some points for 2 successful governments. So basically, were we comfortable for them to stay there? Or did we give them the opportunity for them to stay there and really don't bother them that much? Because if we were concerned, then we would have done something totally different. But it looks like we don't have no concern, we don't have anything to worry about. We were quite comfortable and happy with the fact that then people are also can they outside and they so they're not going for worry, because at the same time nobody cares about what they do there anyway. So Yenga now became an issue, and we now see say over the past couple of years the issue of Yenga become very much paramount to the ears of Sierra Leoneans. The Guinea Army man them brutally harass Sierra Leoneans them overnight, during the day, kick them out of their houses, brutalize them. But we didn't see much of what the Sierra Leone governments have done to actually fix the problem in Yenga. And I've had a lot of different things that we don't happen. I don't see Bokutin the people don't do. I don't see Bokutin the people don't say. I don't see a lot of broadcast videos, audios, and even pictures that can depict the fact that Yenga is an issue to Sierra Leoneans there now. But what thing I don't see now, the active role of the government. Yes, I saw a press release where highlight the fact say from the Ministry of Information, we highlight the fact say yes, there were Sierra Leoneans that were captured in Yenga, and apparently these Sierra Leoneans were trying to, they made it for big block for like a create a post with them for get a clearance of people going in and out of Yenga. I don't know what's not the problem. We make that happen now. Say una the pan beats block. Well, the military men made the beats block for make a post. Was it a post that was not supposed to be erected, or they may need some form of consultation on both sides? Say, well, okay, well, they can't put post now. So if una see any activities they happen, una not feel offended, or they did not have the right to erect any post because we don't know whether the territory where they under was the Guinean territory. So it's a bit confusing until we begin to see pictures and videos now flying all over the place, how the incident really happened, how they humiliate with military officers them. And there was a senior officer amongst the one they were also arrested as well. And we see how the one they come and make a video and highlight the fact say some of our military men have been arrested and they've been treated unhumanly, and they've been taken into the Guinea border. We don't know where they are right now. We don't know their situation. We don't know whether they are in Conakry. We don't know whether they are in Labe. We don't know whether they are in Kindia. We don't know whether they're in Alvaya. We don't know their whereabouts right now. But it's been almost like 3 or 4 days now, we should be able to have at least a definite statement from the Ministry of Information or from the government officials of the government of Sierra Leone as we speak. A press release of a document that only highlights the fact, say yes, our men have been arrested. Well, I will not say arrested, but unlawfully arrested inside their own soil, and we still don't know their location. I think that's a shame for the government, because at the end of the day, the government should be on top of the game right now for find out and make sure so they know whose side them people are. So they first, I know they're working on diplomatic ties for things to be solved amicably, but one of the pillars of any diplomatic negotiation, you should find out first where your men are. And these are not just ordinary civilians, they are military men. So if a military arrests a fellow military man and they are not in war, how would you call that? Because they are not prisoners of war. How you go refer to them people and they? Because if they capture them during wartime, it's different. Automatically, they are prisoners of war. And if they are prisoners of war, their location will possibly not be in the public domain, or they're not going to discuss about their location in any capacity or except on military terms. But these are not prisoners of war. These are military personnel the way they operate inside their own territory and got arrested by a foreign military where they share border with, and we still don't know where our own military personnel are. That's very strange. So we still wait for get any kind positive message from the government, not just that press release that they released, because that press release there is nothing. But the matter that is unfolding right now is a very serious matter. So if a serious matter like this they unfold, and then you get government officials then, where they go about their normal business. Nobody is talking about this. Nobody is doing any press release. We haven't heard from the military. We haven't heard from what's in national security, or how they call it, ONS. We haven't heard from ONS, because ONS should be on top of this right now. So if we not hear from the foreign ministry, we haven't heard from these people. I mean, the Minister of Information is the Minister of Information, and all the Minister of Information they do is just release a press release until we in choose for release, or wait until the government decide for puts together. But we should have a joint press release from the defense, from the Ministry of Defense, from the Foreign Office, and also from the military itself. Because then 3 people there, so then 3 agencies there, so now then for be highly and extremely responsible for the arrest of this military personnel by the Guinea soldier. Because if the Foreign Office not intervene, who do you think will be the right person to intervene? If the Ministry of Defense not intervene, who do you think should be the right office to intervene? If the ONS not intervene, Office of National Security, who do you think should be the right body to intervene? So these 3 agencies primarily should be on top of this situation right now by highlighting the concerns of Sierra Leoneans and restoring the dignity and pride of these officers. Regardless where they are, they should be able to be treated fairly, and they should be able to have freedom in no due time. That should not even be discussed, except if we don't know the reason why they were arrested. But as far as we're concerned, as far as the Ministry of Information say, they made a beat block for erect a security post, now then overcome them and arrest them and seize their weapon. How did that happen? Only the people that were actually there will be able to explain that story. So the question now I am asking, this is not a question about my opinion. This is a question of fact. 3 agencies should be on top of this. And then 3 agencies, then the Ministry of Defense, Office of National Security, and the military, and the Foreign Office. So if they were also not able to take no active role publicly for restore the fear where Sierra Leoneans within that region they go to face right now, what's the Ministry of Information's duty to come and just give us a press release and that's it? And then we see government officials going about their business, celebrating themselves and doing things where, well, I'm not saying that everything should stop, but that's all. From the military, I haven't seen no statement at all. From the Foreign Office, I haven't seen no statement at all. From the Office of the National Security. Only statements where I see by chance, well, I get for go research them, now the statements will come under the Ministry of Information. And that's it. They will inform the public with updates as they get them. Well, so far so good. I don't think there has been any updates, but if they get any updates, then definitely they will bring them to we notice. But so far, I'm not fit to say there has been any update at all. So for cut a long story short on the Yenga issue, I think we now need for see exactly what is relevant or what is needed to be done so that they will get their military personnel also back to safety. Well, it's up to the president, it's up to the people who are responsible for making them able to do and quick, fast and swift. Otherwise, we should be scared. We should be scared about something that is going to happen that we don't know. I listened to a couple of bloggers, then we make a couple of statements where I would just want to make one reference to one. And somebody mentioned about the members of parliament should be talking about this. Presidential aspirants should be talking about this. No, that's not their duty. Honestly speaking, it's not their duty. It's got nothing to do with them. Maybe yes, and say the members of parliament should put the government under pressure for say, well, okay, this don't happen. What's your stance? What are you doing? Why is it taking so long? Yes, members of parliament may have said something or should have said something, or maybe should have run a campaign on this particular issue, but not people that want to be presidential aspirants. It's got nothing to do with them. I mean, you don't expect a presidential aspirant should be talking about something that the government should be dealing with, because this is a government issue. It's got nothing to do with civilians. It's got nothing to do with people who have different political agendas. This is a primarily serious government situation that has to be handled by the government. If the government cannot handle this, and then you expect presidential aspirants to chase the government to handle this, I think that is wrong. I don't think it's their duty. Yeah. So I think personally, we should urge the government of Sierra Leone to take a swift move. Therefore, act quick and act fast. Because if you're not able to act quick and act fast, then we get a bigger problem at the moment we go unfold. We will not know what's come out. And I also see another, well, I know we call him senior state citizen, but somebody everybody know where the state say, since we allow National Dumbia for Camp Salon with in full armored setting, which I think is also wrong, and we get to your salon, we can admire them and enjoy watching and see and collate. That just shows how weak our military is. Yeah, and then we're not able to negotiate any ties with these neighboring presidents. We can visit with for say, okay, what's the situation of Yenga? We need to solve this problem and we need to move on. I'm looking at our president right now, who is supposed to be an ex-combatant himself, and then the current president Nagini himself, another ex-combatant because he is now a civilian. They should be able to talk. They should be able to have a discussion on what's the situation with Yenga and what needs to be done, how fast it's going to be done. We should not be where we are right now, because I think it's a disgrace to us as a nation. They've put our military to test, and we have proven to be, I don't know what to say, we have proven to be not ready. I mean, the other day I see an officer we supposed for be somebody we they command the Air Force Brigade in Sierra Leone. Do we have Air Force in Sierra Leone? I don't think so. Well, the person put in the comments say, I think the military for the Air Force for both for a drone first before they talk about plane, helicopter, or anything where they fly in the air. How can you have a commander of the Air Force regime and we don't even have a plane? We don't even have a jet. We don't even have an helicopter. We're not the military helicopter. I don't know if they get so, but I haven't seen one. The last time I saw equipment bought for the military was when, well, was that pictures or was it real? I've seen a couple of maybe riots, police guard vehicles. Yes, maybe I've seen 1 or 2 or 3, but I haven't seen anything sophisticated for the military. This is now a successful, I know it's a successful government. This is now a government we're done in power now for almost 7 or 8 years. And the president right now is an ex-military man. It's not about having military personnel dancing, jubilating, having fun all the time on the roads or on the streets of Freetown or in their houses. But we haven't seen any acts or any serious investment in the military. Like I say, okay, I not say the president will go Turkey at some point. He go now some kind of arms trade where we see Eliwaka in between some serious armored vehicle and arms and ammunition. They assume say something maybe they buy them. But I see some couple of Land Rovers, but I'm not too sure whether those Land Rovers were meant to be in civilian or then they in civilian. I'm not sure. So far so good. The younger situation still being at the same position where we don't know what's the state and condition of their military officers and they will then arrest. And if we not get to know about them within the next couple of weeks or days, now Ramadan they don't so. Are they going to be held in captivity until the end of Ramadan or after Ramadan or before Ramadan? And their families will be worried and concerned now because they don't know where they are at the moment. They don't know what in them people and they go through. So basically, it's very heartrending for see then kind of situation also they unfold in Sierra Leone. We suppose forget some military, suppose for the faith war, suppose forget some elements of experienced military personnel, but all we see now like a jokers then where they around, wear uniform, and they parade in the streets of Freetown, taking advantage of civilians, harassing them for things that are not meant to be harassed for, and taking the peace when they really need to act. They are not doing anything at all. So they ask a question: is the military ready to respond to Lansana Dumbuya's men we arrest young military officers them, or we just she don't know more and we end up like a laughing stock within the region? If Guinea can do that, it will be what team go make Liberia not do the same? What team go make other neighboring countries that are very close to we not feel say they can do something very similar? So until then, with the younger case, if there is any developments, we will still come back and discuss then development in the. But so far so good with the left the younger case aside, so and we will come back to in due course. All right, so I move on. I'm not staying long here tonight, but I'll move on to the music industry. The music industry in Sierra Leone is taking a different tool. I will say why. Over the past couple of years, we've seen a lot of changes in the music industry. A lot of stuff don't happen we something we expect to happen. We've seen the rise of young talents, young artists, young Gen Zs that we don't come and don't change the platform a little bit. They don't create their own hype. They don't restore some elements of sanity within the music industry, which is not a bad thing at all. And they have created the buzz for make people realize, say, yes, salon music should be relevant. But is it just for Sierra Leoneans within Sierra Leone, or Sierra Leoneans out of Sierra Leone, or just within the Sierra Leone community alone, that is the only place where they go thrive and become successful? That's the question we've been asking. That's the question we've asked for the past couple of years. That question has not been answered at all. We're still waiting for answers from the people who run the industry and from the people who manages the industry. Talking about managing the industry, we tend not to have people who manage the industry anyway, because it was supposed to be a business. A music business is not just being titled as a music business. It's because every element of the business has its own segment, has its own area, has its own corner. It's like the movie business. The entertainment industry should be like a business. The film industry is like a business. The music industry is like a business. Everything surrounding entertainment is a business, which means every player of that business should benefit. A business cannot be run by one person alone. A business has to be run by various different characters or various different personalities within that structure. Now it makes you get directors, you get manager, you get sub-managers, you get supervisors, you get cleaners, you get everything in a business setting. They're not crazy forget all those different titles, now because it's called a business. One-man business is a solo business. But a business with franchise will not just fall that easily, because people can come and buy into that business and push the business because of their interest is also there. They have a stake in it. Yeah. So if the music business is supposed to be a business in Sierra Leone, but it does not operate like a business, then we should be thinking otherwise. Because if we don't think otherwise, then we're getting ourselves twisted. How? If you have, for example, a household name artist in Sierra Leone and he wants to put together a show and he thinks, I want to do my launching of my new album. Naina the producer of the album, Naina the engineer of the album, Naina the artist of the album, Naina the mixer of the album. The album come out. Now, you want to go find venue for launch. Naina the events coordinator, Naina the events planner, Naina go look at the venue, Naina go get QSI, want to do the show, Naina put together the team of people who can support, Naina sell tickets, Naina back for Sidona Gate. Okay. Then how the day for the show come? In one get one Sidona Gate, in one get on sell tickets, in one get one for go perform on a stage. In one game, one for make sure say all the other artists then perform. In one game, one for make sure say everybody gets refreshments. In one game, make for one for make sure for no say everybody happy at the end of the show. Tell me how that is possible. You tell me how that is possible for like one man able to run all the activities in there. So he's got a choice, and that choice now a choice where he get for make. Whether he make them on a positive note or he make them on a negative note. But if he make them on a positive note, that means he's able to do that one day. That means he's going to be he get problem. And the problem where he gets, now the problem we go mean say he go either crash or it gets problem for move, or it gets problem for perform where in your team can for perform. So it will be very disastrous for him because he able to get access to the thing in way you're not supposed for they do now somebody else for they can't do it. But it will be so greedy that he don't want anybody else to be paid. So the chain of command is narrowing just to him alone. That is not a business. That is not a music business, because the music business involves everybody. Every single player of that particular business is relevant. From the one where they run the studio, where they clean, where they engineer, where they produce, every single individual of that business, they have a role to play. I listened to a couple of interviews there with few artists then take over the past couple of days, and then they highlight the fact, say, oh, well, then they collaborate, but the collaboration they give them anything. But I'll tell you why. When you collaborate with an artist, whether home-based or abroad or European-based artist or African-based artist, pardon me? I think I'm dying for a coffee. When you collaborate with an artist to do a song, you have the sole responsibility to promote that song. Because Because if you not promote that song, when you get the sole responsibility for promoting the song, because now you feature that other artist, it means the song is not going to be promoted. So I let you do a collaborative song with Michael Jackson, may his soul rest in peace. I just use Anoma as an example because he is the biggest selling artist in the world. Well, he was. I think he still does, although in record they're not on the markets that much like I used to. But he was one of the biggest selling artists in the world. And then you go do a collaboration with him. And you feel say because of you don't go do a collaboration with Michael Jackson, so that Michael Jackson will push the song. No, that is not Michael Jackson's song. That is your song. So you should be able to promote that song everywhere you go, whether in your country or out of a country, all over the world. You should be responsible for promoting that song because the song will title T-Boy featuring Michael Jackson. I'll give you a typical featured song by Michael Jackson and Paul McCartney. The Girl Is Mine. So when you look at that song and you begin imagining the collaboration, who collaborated with who? Was it Michael Jackson that calls Paul to come and do a collaborative song with him? Or it was Paul McCartney that calls Michael Jackson to come and do a collaborative song with him? But it was Michael. Because by then, Paul McCartney was one of the biggest rock artists, or whatever you might call it, in the world. So what happens when you collaborate with someone like that? The person, therefore, they admire you. Because you never collaborate with person where now you know more they admire. Because that means now you go for push on because now you want for me the person come. But a phone call from Michael to say, oh, Paul, guess what? I want us to do a song together. Paul will jump on it because he's Michael Jackson. So as much as that song was big in America, it was also big in Europe. It was also big in London. Why? Because of Paul McCartney. So what happens now? Now the fact say Paul is also a big household name artist in Europe and UK. The song gets the credits where it deserves. But we don't see most of we big name artists don't do song with big name Nigerian artists. They would big name other artists them. But how did the song go? The song didn't go anywhere. Why? Do they put too much emphasis on the song, or they just let the song be because they think the artists they already don't collaborate with now big artists there? The artists then go push the song. No, it's not their song. They can't push it. It's got nothing to do with them. Maybe you pay them to collaborate. Maybe you pay them $5,000, $10,000, whatever amount it might be. I don't think they collaborated with you for free. No, you may have possibly covered their transportation to come to Sierra Leone if that is where you're recording the vocals, or you may have paid for their studio time to get the vocals or maybe beats or mastered. So it is not something that you do for free. So if somebody has gone out of their way and do a collaborative song with you, it's your duty to push that song. And to push and promote a song is money. You keep complaining, oh, the DJ and they play with music, the DJ and they do this. But who pays the DJ? Who does? Who pays the DJ? On the bus, DJ Sekinda say, the music have to get some vibes. Your music need to get vibes. Or your music need to get buzz. Catchy words. Catchphrase the way they take the dancer off in feet. Thing that will make you realize, wow, I like this song. Maybe the beats, maybe the rhythm, maybe the vocals, maybe the chorus. There should be something about the song that drives you crazy. So for collaborates, it's going to be very easy, difficult, challenging if we don't know the essence of it. So the music industry, they thrive, they do much. Now so many areas then because of that particular thing. Because if they're able to collaborate well, then yes, things might be different. If they're able to collaborate in a way that way, they're not able to see much of what's in the happen, then things will be difficult. So it now depends on what the people want the artist they want for collaborate with or for will make a difference in how the collaborative song could create an impact within the industry. But let's move on from that a little bit. Now, a day or two ago, I made a phone call to a friend of mine who is in Sierra Leone. He's a producer, and I saw one of his posts, and I'm like, whoa, I like your post. But anyway, I did not like his post initially. And I tell you why I've not been liking initial posts. Because he's been a very strong supporter for Cow. When I say strong, hardcore. He's a producer. Golden Fingers, and he supports Cow. Possibly every other day when Cow goes out there doing stuff, Lord Mo will be next to Cow. And I was like, this is now one of Lord Mo in promo there again way it promotes Cow Dinero. Like just ignore. But I didn't ignore it because I saw the video alongside the flyer way he sent. Before now I opened the flyer, I realized say it was not Lord Mo's promo flyer of Cow Dinero. It was a different thing that he posted. Okay. So the whole idea behind the phone call for me was to just congratulate him and say, wow, you've taken a very positive stance this time around. And that was the fact that you totally disagree with Cow Dinero and you're going public about it, which is very interesting because many people will not do that, thinking of the kind of person Cow Dinero will be. But guess what? This now producer wouldn't make Cow Dinero get hit songs. So I don't think he will be afraid of telling him to criticize you man for something he did do. So basically the whole idea of them, now the fact say they want to do a Sierra Leone trademark song sample, beats. Now we know say Ghana gets high life, then get a doom, 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 that doom drum, we get the biggest bass. So that is the Ghanaian high life song. So if Ghanaian music they play, you know you get that bass day, that particular drumming bass day, it is not a Ghanaian song because it depends on all them song them. It's their template signature tune. Okay. You now have other countries that have various different signature tune. South Africa, you know, say when they play the music, you get that elements of the struggle of the apartheid days where they put that in music. There's a special tune that makes them South African beats. Okay. You have other countries with specific beats. Of course, we know say Senegal or Mali or Guinea or Gambia, those areas also have their own traditional beats where they all follow. So these are signature beats by various different countries. So Salone also one for puts together a signature beat. They will not say they will challenge or they want for Falamaka Tawoti Nigeria do because Nigeria been get Afro pop because doing Fela in this was Afro pop. Then we get their own natural music them, their own stuff they win are more or less traditional music. Then gets Afro Juju, Shino Peters in Tem. And then all of a sudden we have Afrobeats. So they actually create the buzz behind Afrobeats, and Afrobeat don't take over the world. So I'm not saying Sierra Leone is going to do a beat we go take over the world, but yeah, if that happens, what's wrong with that? So Cow puts together a couple. I'm not sure whether he has a very good consensus with the entire music industry or he just decided to call few people around and puts together a retreat which will take place in Kailaun sometime soon. But by doing so, you should be in the position to involve the music industry. Now, I say music industry because I'm not talking to a specific individual. I'm talking to an industry. And if that industry comprises of people who are responsible to run it, those people will be DJs, artists, producers, marketers, engineers, and what else? Business people that will be interested in investing into the industry. So, but apparently, Carl decided to just call few artists and he wanted to go to Kailaun and then go host this gigs for a couple of days and puts together a national trademark beats or signature beats where Salone go use for almost all in song them where any producer they produce. And Lord Mo step in, say, hey bro, yeah, I see you fly, but what the thing? This thing I see all for agree. Look, we take almost the entire industry if we can, or some elements of some household members in the industry will go able for impact this new beats way you describe for make we put together. So, but you can't do it alone. So Cow definitely just refused, and he talks, say, well, guess what? I don't really care. I'm going ahead with it, and you guys are not going to be involved. So basically, that was the disclaimer we the golden figures we described for put out to the public. Say the producers union in Sierra Leone, which I think they do have now, is led by the golden figures. So if now Lord Mo they lead the producers union, it means it don't consult the rest of the production team people already in the union for telling say, well, this now they happen no. Cow want for go do this, you want for go do that, but we don't sit and say he get for consult with the whole industry. But he's saying no, he doesn't. He only need for consult with the few people he want for work with, and that's it. So for that reason, then they pull out of this particular retreat. They are not part of it, which is a very sad thing. But for the benefit of clarity and for the benefit of transparency and for the benefit of inclusion, they have the right to leave. Because it's a national thing, it's not an individual thing. So for the fact that you want to make it national, if Cow say they go do for yourself, that's different. I feel say Lord Mo for don't still jump in front of them because now Lord Mo man. But if you say they do for the nation, it's a national activity put together by yourself, you should have national support. You cannot just run it on your own. So to me, I agree with Lord Mo, say if it be a general consensus with the entire industry, we will bring more artists, more producers, more marketers, more bloggers, more people where they play active role in the industry for consider and help and support for make them build this national tune way go represent Salone. So they are now fighting for all these issues to be resolved. I don't know whether they're going to resolve it, but what this has brought to the industry, that in fact, now the artist union way was led by Collabo, they said they look at now for review their own industry, because they say don't get Collabo for a long time now, and I think say something then they rebel against Samo, but they just need that change in executive, something they go able for see who side don't come out, and maybe they go for suicide and they go. So those are the things that we should take very seriously, because at the end of the day, if we don't take these things seriously, it will come back and affect the industry. We make the industry need to go at any level at all. But maybe at some point I go call Lord Mo, might see if I go able to get him on the phone for make it just can give you a quick update on how that situation is on there now for the next couple of days to come or weeks before the retreat happen. So I go try for see if I will call Lord Mo later. But I'll move on. But after they move on, let's just plug in my phone and try for give Lord Mo a call while my phone plugging. So I go to call him while they talk on the next issue I want to talk about, and that next issue the one we get for do with TikTok. I wrap up now anyway. So TikTok over the past couple of days. Well, I would say TikTok over the past couple of years has been a platform where almost everybody was sabi did it. And I'm like, nah, I don't like TikTok. Why? It's for kids. I always say stuff that like that, not so because of I know I'm for be part of but I just feel more okay, it's for the younger generation of people now growing up. I'm not young anymore, so I don't really think I should be on TikTok. Especially watching or participating or doing stuff actively. Yes, I go there a lot and look at concept of creations. of any creation. So I know they go there for just go Congo, go browse. No, I they go there for go learn. And I have learned a lot from it because then get so many people and where they display, then work there, where they show you sample of how to get things done. So I know they take them for granted at all. I have been active on it, but not on social issues, as in not to like a organization name or social club or personal group of people that are into the entertainment industry and they follow. No. And the page you'll get is about is ours, is our page, Sevaje Media. So basically, we've been there for maybe about a year or two now, to say if I'm not sure. But we haven't been active on TikTok at all. The very first few videos that we post now, videos that we recorded last year Ramadan, and one or two few more of International Women's Day events we'll do. Now the number been there right up till last week. Now we begin add one or two different videos that day. But what we have seen so far is a huge increase in numbers. Let us go to TikTok. Where I say huge increase in numbers for the amount of viewers them way they on each videos we will put online, or the amount of likes where they on each videos we will put online. And then our following has increased massively, extremely massively. And people ask, how do you do it? Well, some people like they say anything you touch na gold. Not so magical. Now the fact no more say anything you touch na gold. I'll accept something the way they boil. But when how? Don't know, but it's just the fact that
this yellow music everybody, put your hands in the air. What do you want?
Days, we had just about, was it 35 subscribers? No, tell a lie. Yeah, around maybe about 100 or 150 or 200 subs. I mean, I'm followers. We only had like maybe 50 or 100 likes on the videos that we did. But some of the videos that we get about 1,000, 1,002, 1,003, 4, maximum 1,005. I don't think we will have exceeded 2,000 on the videos that were there over the past couple of years. I would say for the past 1 year. So what we did was just respect the fact that this is Ramadan. We're not going to be posting any sort of pictures online. Even for those shows, then get for be like a struggle. So let's find a way how we still make ourselves relevant on the social media platforms that we get where they exist. So we decided to go with few artists that we feel to say go trend. Well, nobody expect that, and we post the buzz program them, mostly of them. We post couple of the health show, and we post couple of other events they would uncover in the UK. But most of the artists they would in other events here, so now household name artists them still in the entertainment industry. We don't create a huge impact in Sierra Leone with them particular songs than they, or with some of them songs the way they don't do over the past couple of years. And I'll say you the kind of review where some of them video then they get skyed now.
Yeah. Are you cancel?
Okay. You done.
I want to see you dancing.
Sugar.
Happy birthday, Thelma. I love you, baby.
Sugar.
Are you cancel? Hey, everybody. Listen, some I go back to finger now. What's that? Some go talk so to the entire. Where them say and I go better. Some them bad at the shop next away. Hey, la 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 le leo. La 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 le leo. getting comfy for power. Some they not for woman lapper. Fuck kill them brother for one pain. Some of you say money. Hey papa, we look. Cause if you hate up tomorrow, so tell me go.
And now we go.
Let's show love for the culture.
Next video with the trend past all the video they already did. Now, Lady Mac.
Me party.
It's about
Me party. Hold on, I did this song, I think 2002. Yeah, back in Sierra Leone. Let me see if some of you can remember it. Let's go.
Oh yes, Paradise.
Give me volume, please.
Thank
Thank you. How are you all feeling up there?
Yeah, we come together now.
Are you ready? So let's get the
Now, the third video will get we don't create a buzz. It could be
Hold on there.
check. Producer look one for do something on my phone. Right, so the third video we did on the list right now will be this is no overtake. Well, an officer they don't overtake yet. Yes, they have. Is Alonso with it on 35K right now. Alonso, we only post in video last night and it's gone up to 35.3K. You get Problem M with it 32.9K. You get Peoples with it 16.4K. And then you get Jungle Leaders within 19.2K. Interesting. You get Vicky Fona with it 10.3K. You get Jungle Leaders in second video Insai there on 20.4K. What again within that two double figures. Right, and then now you get Cow with the 8 point something K. Right, so if I go back to the statistics of the video them, I don't understand what you talk about. From Musai. All right. So now I'll go back to the video then. I will say let's start again. On the list of video that I get on the TikTok page where na the Sierra Leone media page.
Edwin Salone, WhatsApp audio.
This is how the video goes. But first, like I said, we get about 30 something likes. And we get about less than 100 followers. Or maybe 100 and something or 200 maximum maybe. Now we've exceeded that like 500 times. Now we're following is about 6,462. We get 42K likes. And then we get video now with the trend. So the first video, like I said, is DJ Lulu. 82.78K. We they anticipate say before the weekend, DJ Lulu go to 100K. That will be something that will be very amazing. And if you go 100K by the weekend, with the color will get a public gift. And then you get Lady Macho with the 60.3K. After Lady Macho, you get Alonso, who only posted yesterday. Then get 35.4K. Then you get Peoples who will only post again yesterday. Don't get 16.4K. And then the boss. The boss gets 23.5. No, that is not a view. And then you get one of Black Leo's finest, Winner Problem M, 32.9K. You have Jungle Leaders, 2 of their videos, one per 20.something K, and then the second one they per 19K. And then after that you get Vicky Fauna with it on 10.3K. After Vicky, other again you get double figures with it. And Peoples get 16.4K. So those are the videos we don't trend within the past couple of days. So if you look the video them and the songs them on those videos, these are songs of old Sierra Leonean artists with the base in London right now, and these are some of their biggest songs that we're playing in Sierra Leone. So basically, nostalgia they play a great role on them particular songs they are. So if you watch the first song, now DJ Lulu, we say Namikanso Kungusa, that's one of the biggest songs within the past 10-15 years in Sierra Leone. And that song they creates a huge amount of problem. Now married them. Because the first time me here now one married will go cover where the person can't tell we about the thing the way they happen. And the thing the way they happen a free song that particular same day, now the song then will be the trend. And one of them song they also na me cancel DJ Lulu. So that was one of the biggest songs. And people then now when they watch them song so then they realize say, oh, so Asabi this song, but not be never know for saying that the artist this to singer. Like, oh, Asabi this song. Okay, now the person is a singer. Okay, this video is okay. Oh. But the song bring back memories for them. Of course, Lady Matoyin song Mi Paddy, one of the oldest songs in Sierra Leone from a female artist, and she's still singing. She started way before DJ Lulu then come. And where it do Mi Paddy was a big hit in Sierra Leone then, because that's when they were not able to female artists the way they rap or sing. So Matso then come into Paradise Studio with Jimmy B just carry up in a salon where he become South Africa. So that creates a huge buzz within the entertainment industry in Sierra Leone, where make artists like Matso then emerge. So it was great that you have people like Matso who still they sing, and people that way, like I say, not be known. See the people that way sing them song so was very much impressed for see say, oh wow. Then people also still there, they still look good, and they're still doing music. Okay, so then begin for put a face to the people that we don't sing this song all these years. But take your time, go to the page when I share with media, and you watch the comments the way people they make. Comments are very interesting comments. You might relate to some of the comments. You might think, okay, yeah, this is true, you know. And not just for watch TikTok and watch other platforms then, you should be able to read some of the things that people are saying. So you see the value behind the work where people and they do. You see the value behind the artists them for the fact that they've still been doing what they're doing when they don't start for over 20 years ago, but then still they do them conveniently well. See how much people appreciate them, because it's very important for see the way how people appreciate them and see the way how people they respond to their song here so right now. Now you go to Peoples. No, now I go to Alonzo. Alonzo is one of the biggest R&B artists in Sierra Leone, and we all know see one of his biggest songs now Angel. He do Angel during the days where entertainment be just not begin for break under Calbox record. And imagine Calbox record na record where people know me sabi much about, but where Calbox record come, it can't deal with Alonzo them, it can't deal with Eddie Nadama and few more other artists them. But these were one of the two big artists where Calbox record with the produced and we all see Insai then two artists then they go where Alonzo was one of the biggest R&B artist in Sierra Leone with the hit song title My Angel. You get Boku other angel then we don't come we one up from Pupa Baja, but this one have been Alonso in Ion. We not the biggest one. I know Sabidi sing this song, but if you watch the song back again on the comment there, you people in the talk say, so now Sabidi chamot for this song also. I don't need chamot for this song. But again, you're able to appreciate the fact say, then song also still they play. They're still relevant. Then they still make a huge difference that the dance hall them. Anytime they play them, people will get up and dance. People think back in the days. Somebody make one of the comment in the video and say, Gen Z, then go feel say this na AI. And the reason for that now because they might have not had none of these songs in their entire life. Because some of them songs are so big past them. Far. So when you hear it, you can now put a face to it and then you can relate to it. It makes a huge difference. So I don't know whether that's the reason why these songs have gone viral on our pages, but I think there is something about them. There is something about the platform that is making these songs different from the ears of the people who are actually going to like them. And they use the sound beats for also make their own videos them. People has been around for a while and has been doing well within the music industry for possibly well over 20 years. Back in the days, people have been dance, man, a dance with the dance. When they do shows in a stadium, then they play for any kind of music. Then they warm the crowd, and then they make the crowd go wild before actually the concert then can start in a free tongue. So they don't do this for quite some time. I was shocked when I realized that people they do music now. Because when I left Salone, and when we begin go back free tongue, now dance people will be the dance in a stadium, it will be the dance in various different venues then, but now they will be the open shows. You get good footwork, it's a bit dance, it's a bit shaking body, it's a bit wiggling ways, and all that have in a day. So it had a very huge audience. Now they self can do another hit song where they call We All Are Mates. So basically, that song actually blew. It go way wild. All to the provinces, it come out of Canada, the diaspora, inside Salon, we all are made. It's so true. So that gave him his own signature entrance into the music industry, not as a dancer, but as an artist. So basically, it changed in your narrative from a dancer to a dancer stroke artist. And he still continue for doing music. So for those that don't know him, they go say, who don't know this person? Very few people can put a face to him, even though they don't hear the music. But now they can actually identify him to say, okay, this is not the person we sing. Everybody knows him for peoples, and people don't really know him that much for somebody who do music. But he's still doing stuff, and he's still doing fine. He's based somewhere in the UK, I think Manchester also. And now you get, of course, the man himself, Problem M. Problem M, again, when you listen to that in particular music day, Player Man has been one of his biggest songs in Sierra Leone. And one of the key man them, now the Black Leo crew. I'm going to say, RFM, would them go kill me if I'm a mistake, that mistake there. Because when you watch Problem M in comments there, so Black Leo, so Black Leo. And that just shows that how strong he's got a following in Sierra Leone and out of Sierra Leone. Black Leo fans in the chase him everywhere. At the moment, he's not in Sierra Leone, but he's doing well also in the music industry in the diaspora. Again, a very talented young man. We get a lot of stuff we did at the pipeline right now. We're ready for release. But as you all know, musicians are not can talk too much. They can just do action, and when they do action, the action they speaks louder than voice. The action and gets everything when they do, it speaks volume for them. So that's Problem M, and he's now based in the UK, and he's been done quiet for a while, but I think he's ready to bust out now big in the open. So watch this space for Problem M, and watch the other thing that we get for Soranda Mac as well. So now you go to the man himself, the Jungle Leaders. Jungle Leaders is one of the oldest groups in Sierra Leone, and when we put them now on platform, it just showcases these are not just artists to us, they've been like brothers as well. We've been together for well over 25 or 30 years or more, if I can say, because I remember when they first burst out in Sierra Leone with Me and You, which is one of their biggest songs. They were based in Gambia and they moved into Sierra Leone, then worked with the Rayai crew. We become one of the biggest music duo in Sierra Leone. I don't think that will ever happen again, because again, when you look at those two characters or the two groups, then get three different characters in the way are real entertainers. They can perform, they can wow the crowd, and they are very active on stage. So Jungle Leaders is not just a household name, it is a name to be reckoned with when it comes to Sierra Leone music. When it comes to boy band in Sierra Leone, I think they possibly will stand out to be one of the best. They do a couple of collaborations with other artists in back as well. There's some of them do solos, but they are all based in the UK right now. They've been here for a while and they've tried to put few stuff together, and they are about to launch possibly their next new album for the first time after years. Again, Jungle Leaders did very well on our platform because again, we try for bringing back the reality of the entertainment industry. So I'm not going to say the platform is nostalgic, but at the same time, we have a lot of entertainers or artists that were household name artists in Sierra Leone for like 20, 30 years down the line. So, but they're still doing their stuff. So I would say, yes, we are projecting a lot of those artists and their materials. We have a lot. When I say we have a lot, we have a lot. We have archives and archives and archives of performances of possibly all the artists in Sierra Leone. We don't step their foot in the diaspora. And the one that say we don't kind of the diaspora safe it. We have performance of them, either on stage, off stage, whether it's interview. No, we'll be releasing some of this stuff slowly on our platform. So if you know the follow we, now for can follow you. I know I use the bad word bank. If you need to follow we, now for can follow you. No. If you don't follow we, come and follow us. Because if you follow us, you'll be able to see some of their nostalgic performances they are, so by then artists they are, so we don't exist for long. And if you're not Gen Z, also take the opportunity for come now page and follow what we do, because it'll give you enough reason for learn, and you will learn as much as you can, because most of what you see, you're possibly seeing it for the first time, and you'll be able to ask questions. What are these? What are they? Oh, now so this artist been there. Oh, now so that artist been done. Oh, okay. This interview don't pass 20 years. We have them all. And we will therefore release them small. Say, if you're gonna have a YouTube page right now, we have well over how many hundreds of videos. That's exactly the same thing we want to do now on our TikTok, but it'll take time. It's not gonna be done overnight. It could be done slowly and gradually. We'll go for bring them all the renowned artists there also to you. Of course, you get Carl, the papa of Black Leo himself, inside the platform. Actually, on YouTube, Carl is one of our biggest artists online, because now I don't give you the highest view so far for artists now with YouTube page. And that was an interview that we did possibly about 20 years ago, if I can remember. Roughly, I think about 20 years ago in Sierra Leone at the ABC TV. For those of you who don't know, there was a TV station in Sierra Leone called ABC. And ABC TV, they right bang in the middle of Secular Road, opposite the cinema we then call Strand. Kissy House, to be precise. So we were there at some point. We were supposed to be running ABC TV, but the deal not been cancelled at all. So, but we done do some promo stuff them, and we did it. I think we did it for like 6 months. Kind of fixed stuff, but stuff were not being fixed at all. So we decided to take another venture. So an interview we'll do with Scaldinero, that period of time, is creating the buzz on our YouTube page, and he's the highest viewed artist video on our YouTube page. So you can go check him back as well and see the interview where he talk about in your industry, how he started, when he started. So we've been in this game for quite some time, and I'm not gonna say we we don't slow down a bit. Yes, we have at some points over the past couple of years. We slowed down a little bit, but I think we want to reignite and back again. So that's why we're bringing you something every other week, something new and something different. In this particular year, the Sarah J Media platform is going to be very busy. We get a few issues on Facebook, but it's half of fix the issue than this, so that we know get that kind of problem the way Facebook they give it right now. Because we know for say Facebook is big and it's bigger for everybody else than our other different platform them. TikTok is something that is new to us for now, but I think we're creating the buzz there. So we get for pay some small attention to them, and then we continue for pay attention to Facebook. YouTube, yes, we want to create a huge impact on YouTube because that is primarily where we want to go in the next couple of months to come. When I say primarily, we might possibly cease from Facebook, but we're not 110% sure yet. I only get a notification a few days ago, say one of our videos is going to be deleted from Facebook if we don't download it. So basically, that's going to be an ongoing issue on Facebook, but everything that we do is on our YouTube page with a link directly to our website, we're at www.sarahjmedia.org. So what you also subscribe for, of course, you get Vicky Fona, we're one of the biggest Sierra Leone female gospel artists ever to be, and we yet to see whether they can take that crown they offer. We don't get beaucoup female gospel artists then, but we still believe say Vicky Fona has been the biggest and the greatest and possibly the most loved. We all know what in this world mean, and this world was one of the biggest track we released na Salone immediately just after the war. And if you listen to the words of this one every day, oh, family members say yeah, one day go come, oh, when we all go. Again, if you listen to the lyrics of the wall, this wall, then you go know for say, wow. It's only a visionary that will be able to sing a song that is 30 years old and still be relevant today. A visionary, somebody who thinks beyond reality, somebody who thinks about the future. So when you're writing a song, don't just think about the song where you write for that particular era. Think about what's in this song going to mean 20 years ago, 30 years ago. And when they talk about artists, they would do that. Now, like the Michael Jackson, the Bob Marley, those two significant people that are called. Now then they do music where still relevant today, still gets significant meaning. Or sometimes the meaning of that song where if you don't do 30 years ago, now you actually see the interpretation of the meaning of the song. That's not the song title, This Wall. Where you watch them, where you listen to the lyrics, there you go understand exactly what they talk about. Because that's the life we're living right now. So Vicky has been a renowned artist, and again, it is trend now with TikTok page right now. You get about 10.3k views. These are all videos that we posted not even 2 or 3 days ago, and they've all created that kind of buzz within the guests right now. So you have the buzz with Abuba JT and a few more other videos than we did. You get Ambrose, Big Stew in your own video back as well. You get, of course, Aisata Sisejalo with the health show in your own video day. And then you get Dada Temine. Again, we have a lot of organizations that we have covered in the UK and in Sierra Leone where we go to events them. So we get for begin showcase some of them stuff. Yeah, so small. Significant things that will happen that then event it will cover with various different organizations, with groups, with school alumni, then where they exist. So it's just about bringing back memories of some of the things that we don't see, we sometimes we don't forget about, now then back with the bring come to our memory then, because it's very important for go back and see what has happened to these groups 5, 10, 20 years down the line. So if we not get historical values of them, and then people in other way, okay, we have a TikTok, we have a YouTube page, most of the videos are there, maybe the full videos. Facebook can get the full videos then, but most of them don't delete them. So if we're able to go back and see all them videos and then our YouTube page, because sometimes in other day or sometimes it is still, but not everybody is subscribed to us. TikTok is where everybody is going now. We they begin put them this slowly, just snippets of them, no more, few seconds, maybe 1, 2, 3 minutes, or some specific events of those particular events that we don't cover. We'll go able for highlights to the public and make them see exactly some of the stuff they don't do over the past couple of years. So yeah, Tada Temne is there. And then video also the trend, not bad, 5,000, almost 6,000 views. And it is just the traditional entrance of their events where they do last year in a Royal Regency. It just highlights the importance of the culture. So few more other groups they would uncover. We get very good cultural, historical value. We will also bring them to the public, but then see exactly what's in now the practices of some of them different tribes and with their cultures and how they value their cultures and how they bring them picking and family them into the culture where they believe so them paying them belong. So that is it for TikTok, and we got a couple of videos then they win Islamic stuff. Then we got a couple of videos and they win the very first video they will do for International Women's Day. That was like a year or two ago. And then we get Sheikh Bimba, of course, when we own community Sheikh. We get one or two videos sniped them back on the page as well, where they highlight the Islamic values of voting we all stand for as civilians, as human beings, them as well, where they live in the world. So I go say, follow us on TikTok. If you know they follow me, please do, because the numbers are rising gradually every other hour. Before I don't talk, but DJ Lulu don't get possible about another 100 of view. We don't go back on top the one we don't already did it. So it is buzzing, and it's buzzing very rapidly. So be part of the buzz, and then continue for follow me. If you know they follow me on TikTok, and make sure say you tag yourself, and not to just tag comments. Watch the comment they reading at the page them, so you go able for see what people in the say, you go able for what other people in the talk with, until you know one day it's about them artists they are, so or the events they will try to talk about. So I want to extend my thanks and appreciation to you guys for watching, and I also say if we not join me tomorrow we in Brixton Islamic Cultural Center for the second Juma prayer of the Ramadan period, and we'll do the kutuba, and then we'll get two different videos. One now, the first one we'll do now with traditional language when Creole, and then we'll get the kutuba itself where now the sheikh they do the kutuba for the Juma prayer. So I want to say thank you to now once more for joining us, and I believe say I haven't talked much about so many things that really happen, but next week we'll get sitting guests that really can talk about issues that they affect we as Sierra Leoneans them, and then we'll bring can we religious scholars them for can talk about a few things in regards to Ramadan. And don't forget also is International Women's Day coming, and we'll definitely get a program we get for do that in the next couple of weeks to come. So if you are fasting, make sure say you only fast with tuan and with 2 food, because ultimately say so. Now the fact say we are faced with so many challenges in the diaspora as Muslims, either by ourselves, the work they want to do, the environment that we find we serve, anything that we feel to say the values of being Muslim. So look, we be careful, look, we tell God thank you, look, we appreciate to Saudi, and look, we believe say it is not a bad thing, it's not a crime, it is not something you should be ashamed of to be Muslim. Dress like a Muslim if you want to go to a mosque. Dress like a Muslim if you want to go walk. Dress like a Muslim if you want to go to the street. There is no specific way to do it, but we all know say when you say dress like a Muslim, that way you wear you gown or you Afrikaner. But no, that should not depict the fact say you're a Muslim. It is just an attire. So let's be proud of who we are. Let's be proud of what we do, and let's be proud of our religious practices. I know it's Lent as well, and we'll try for bringing 1 or 2 pastors then back as well at the platform for also talk about Lent. We did it about 2 years ago, and this year I will not do none of the student dates, but I promise you we'll bring in a pastor, we'll bring in a sheikh where they can talk about the values of Ramadan, and also they can talk about the values of Lent. So I want to say thank you to now once more for joining me with the Boku Talk. Why don't you don't for the past hour and a half? Now how many hours? Okay, about 2 hours almost, but you're not bad still, because at least monologue. Don't forget to join us next week. Again, the buzz is still on Tuesday, and how they go now Thursday, but we might get something in between Wednesday for catch up with what's in the happen if we have an interview. So 3 days, at least 2 days of the week, we'll be able for doing a live broadcast on the Sarah J Media platform. But follow me on TikTok, because we will post na TikTok at least 2 videos a day. When I say at least 2 videos a day, I mean it. At least 2 videos a day. And that's get for continue for a long period of time. Because the archive of materials the way we get right now, we go broadcast for the whole year. Every single day, we go put something on TikTok. Every single day. If we say we want to use all the material in there, we're not going to even use all. Because 1 grain hard drive alone go don't possibly cover maybe something 3 or 4 months. 1 hard drive go don't cover 3 or 4 months of posting on TikTok if we want to do at least 2 videos a day. So follow me on TikTok, because we're very active there right now. It's Ramadan and we are slowing things down, but we are more active on TikTok with the subtle videos that we will push, not for just the purpose of entertainment, but also to bring back memories of some of the nostalgic things that we have been doing over the past couple of years. It might not be trending for you because maybe of your age, but it's also good to follow. It's also good to see. It's also good to read about some of the things that we sometimes we don't know, but we don't born it. So if you listen to the comments and watch the comment, then you will be able to understand exactly what in the songs also mean to some people, and the one that we don't hear and the one that we don't want to hear it. So thank you once more to YouTube and Facebook, and thank you for all the one that we don't join we on various different platforms. And I don't know whether with TikTok they on, but if it is on, thank you very much for the one that we're watching on TikTok. And don't forget to join us back again next week for another edition of How to Go Inside the Republic. And don't forget to join us on Tuesday for the Buzz with Buba JT. Until next week, Ramadan Kareem, and have a blessed weekend. And don't forget to go to mosque tomorrow if you're not Muslim. If you're not woke, try for take time off at least. Do 1 Juma for the 4 Juma they will get inside Ramadan. Have a good evening and good night.